Hello everyone and welcome back to more Let's Play the Dream Machine. In the last episode we just got this potion recipe with 4 ingredients on it, which we need to find around the forest and actually in the forest. So let's go and see if we can manage to do that. Obviously there's already one of the things we need, which is the dove egg. It's a very nice fluid animation when he climbs up there. That's nice, I like that. Actually, let's talk to our pumpkin patch again and see how our kingdom is doing. The king returns. What is thy bidding, your highness? Give me a situation report. They need more resources. Very well. We send one garrison to protect the border. Very well, sire. Money has begun trickling in, sire, but we're still in debt. Increase all taxes by 4%. Very well, sire. What else? There's still talk of an uproar amongst the citizens, although our efforts seem to have a dampening effect. It's still a troubling situation, sire. Very well. Appease the citizens with a stone of potatoes per family. Sure, why not? Very well, sire. What else? Negotiations have begun with our neighbors, sire. It's still very early in the process. Very well. Offer generous gifts to key negotiators. Very well, sire. What else? Our draft letter has been sent, sire, but our army is still weak. Very well. Oh, punish... enlist all able-bodied women. See, that's kind of... I don't know. Very well, sire. That's it, my liege. There's nothing more to report. Alright then. I guess we'll check back with you later. Okay, so what ingredients are we still missing? All of them except the dove egg. So acorn, burnt lime, water lilies, German, and fresh grave dirt. Fresh grave dirt seems quite easy. Same as acorn. Acorn. Because we've just recently dug a grave, so that's not too hard to find. And the acorn, obviously the squirrel will have one of those, as it's already even said before. Also water lilies, we've seen those at the lake, so there's lots of things we can do now. I guess we'll get the acorn out of the way first, why not? Hello. Hello again. I'm looking for something. Like what? Did you mention acorns earlier? My treasure? My holiest of holies? What's it to you? I need one for a recipe. Just one? You sure? I only need one. Well, I suppose I can spare one acorn. I mean, it's only taken me all year to collect them. I'll probably be alright with what I got. If the winter isn't too harsh this year. So where do you keep them? In my nest at the foot of the trunk. You'll have to get it yourself, though. I can't move with these old maimed legs. Alright then. Let's see what we can do. Oh, Victor, what are you doing? What's going on there? There you go. See? That was good. How did you become so small? That's amazing. I've never seen magic like that before. Alright, let's enter here and get us an acorn. Oh, this is so pretty. These mushrooms seem to glow from within. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, that's very impressive, Victor. He's probably gonna say the same thing, right? Yeah, he does, of course. And there's the acorn. The acorn is too big to pick up and too heavy to roll uphill. How am I supposed to get it out of here? Alright, well... obviously you can't use the gun on it. Nothing happened. The gun only seems to work when I use it on myself. Which doesn't seem like a good idea right here. But I guess we can try it either way. The tree will crush me if I enlarge myself here. Alright then. So there's really no way we can actually get one of those acorns out of the tree yet. So I guess we'll come back to this later. let's not be tiny anymore, because that doesn't seem... Oh, that's a really impressive trick you got there. You should take that on the road. You'll make millions. I'll be your manager. What do you say? I'll think about it. Alright, yeah, that seems like a great offer, because this squirrel, I'm sure it will be a great manager. Alright, so what else can we do? The acorns we can't get quite yet, so let's try and get the grave dirt out of the way. Because that's quite easy. The soil is still wet on top. I guess it won't hurt if I take... My old friend, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. That's alright. I wasn't sleeping to begin with. Oh? No. Something's wrong. My soul can't rest here, I'm afraid. What seems to be the problem? As you might have noticed, there's no marker on my grave. Once this mound grows over, there'll be no way of telling I was ever buried here. Nowhere for my admirers to mourn and pay their respect. That's why I can't sleep. You want me to find you a grave marker? Would you do that for me? It can't be any old cross, though. I want something to commemorate whom I was in life. Something with stature and radiance. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so we actually have what we need to put here, which is this staff. So I guess let's do it. What's that? I've never seen something quite like it before. It's an artifact I find in another dream. An artifact from beyond dreams. I like the sound of that. That is a suitable marker for my grave. You've fulfilled my task. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't be forgotten. Now I can finally find peace in the eternal embrace. All my blessings, my dear friend. And now we can take some grave dirt. There we go, wonderful. And another thing that we can actually do is that, which we actually need to do because I should have done the grave dirt later. But oh well, I guess we can take it back to him later or just keep it because he's dead anyway and doesn't realize. Alright, so let's see, what else do we have? So the acorn we can't get, Dovek we have, fresh grave dirt we have, water lily starman, and burnt lime. Well, the only thing we know where it is the water lily stamen, I don't know. And we've actually still not been inside this house here. But past it, there's the lake. With these lily pads we could move before. Except we can't reach the ones that are further away, which is really unfortunate, because that's what we are actually supposed to do. But that's what we actually need the staff for. So if we use this, we can move all the ones that are further away as well. Which is quite useful. There we go, and now that we have this little wonderful tiny pathway, we can actually... it's gonna be a long walking way now, but that's fine. We can actually go there now. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Doop-de-doo. I can reach the stars there, man. Excuse me. If I separate the petals a bit. There we go. Wonderful. What do you say about that? Oh, there. It's some starman from a water lily found in the lake. Alright, let's take forever walking back off these things. There we go. Okay, so now what are we gonna do? Now we have 3 of the things we need. There's still the acorn and the burnt limestone. And actually, if you look at this house here, there's a little hole here, which I've already looked at before. But now that we have the gun, we can actually make ourselves tiny and enter through that. There we go. Nice and easy. So you finally come for me. Sorry? I'm surprised you managed to get past my barricade, but in a way I'm relieved. Well, what are you waiting for? Do it. Do what? Cut me open like all the others. Take what you came for, then leave me alone. I intend to sleep through this era and the one after. You've got it all wrong. I'm not the organ thief. Then what are you doing here? Another gloater here to mock and jest? Leave me alone to be molested in peace. My name is Victor Neff. I'm not here to mock you. I've come to stop the organ thief. Oh dear, just what the world needs. Another hero. Who are you? My name's Jerome. At least it used to be. I don't know what people call me these days. Probably something unflattering. What are you doing in here? I'm hiding here until the trouble dies down. My kind always gets persecuted when people start losing their limbs. Your kind? I'm a vampire, Victor. Don't be alarmed. I'm too weak to move during hibernation. I couldn't hurt you even if I wanted to. In fact, you're safer in here with me. Out there, either the thief will get you, or the lynch mobs will. But I've erected a barricade to keep people out. You're welcome to share this hut with me. I understand if you don't want to, though. Most people consider my presence to be unsettling. Alright, there's a lot of stuff to say. What's it like being a vampire? Immortality is not what you might think. After a while you feel as if you've seen everything before. People start merging into an indistinguishable lump of petty needs and petty problems. That sounds awful. That's why I hibernate through most of it. When will you come out of hibernation? When times are better in a century or two. Every once in a while an era comes along where I feel at home. A moment in time where truly new ideas are welcome. That's when I leave my hiding place and start living again. Those moments are very rare though. What's wrong with this era? This age is for small-minded dead-eye thinkers, for clock watchers and bean counters, insect minds with insect agendas. What makes you think we're safe in here? I've barricaded the entrances so no one can get in, and nobody knows I'm here so they won't come here looking. What about me? You have an honest face, Victor. I'm sure you won't tell anyone. I managed to get through the barricade. You cheated. I saw you use some kind of magical artifact. I doubt there's many of those around. If that's what it takes to get in, I figure we're pretty safe. I've noticed a weakness in your barricade. Really? There's a hole in the roof of this place. I saw that earlier, but I don't think it's big enough for a person to get through. It looks big enough to me. You're just trying to make me feel insecure. I'll believe I'm safe in here until you prove otherwise. I'm trying to stop the organ thief, as we've already said. How are you going to do that? I don't know yet. If only I knew where he'd strike next. Then maybe I could ambush him or something. That sounds like a good way to get maimed. I need to go. Don't tell anyone I'm in here. Alright then, I guess we won't. A pile of furniture forms a makeshift barricade. It's a lot stronger than it looks. I can't even budge this chair. I would imagine not. The walls took me 3 days to create. Alright, there is a cup here. Somebody left a cup here. It's got huge cracks in it from years of use. Some moldy old sausages have been left on the floor. Beautiful. There isn't really much to look at in this room. A kiln? It's an old kiln. An ashen powder covers the bottom. If I'm not mistaken, this is burnt limestone. Yay! Just what I need. Okay. So now we have 4 of the ingredients, which is wonderful. So now the only thing that's left still is the acorn. Which, the way of getting the acorn is kind of weird. I don't really know why they would do it this way. Then again, I can't really think of any other way you could do it with the items you have. But it's still, it's weird. I don't know about this puzzle. I don't know about it. For one thing, it's actually really strange what you're supposed to do, because you're actually supposed to pick up an item that you had before and now don't have anymore. So that's just kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So what you're supposed to do is go back to this house and pick up some more yarn. Can I borrow some yarn? Sure. Go for it. Thanks. Wonderful. So now we have that again. Actually, let's talk to you. How's he doing? He's stable, but he lost a lot of blood during the night. He lived, but I'm glad I got here when I did. Oh, right. His stomach is fine again. Well, fine. I don't know if it's fine, but whatever. From what I hear, I've got you to thank for that. Think nothing of it. If you should ever come by again, you will find yourself a most welcome guest in our home. We don't have riches, but we make up for it with charm and good looks. Selma here is the jewel of the family. Between you and me, I'll have you know she's not yet spoken for. Grandpa, you can't blame me for trying. I'm afraid I am spoken for. See what I mean, Selma? If you wait too long, the good ones get snatched. Speaking of which, I should probably get going. You do that, son. Alright, goodbye. It was wonderful talking to you. And we now have some yarn. I don't know. I don't think they should do that. I mean, having you pick the same item, pick up the same item again twice, because that's just not something you do in games like this. I don't. It seems so weird. It seems so out of the box to do that. And I mean, it's not a creative puzzle or anything. It's just kind of weird that you have to pick it up twice instead of just, you know, when you tie it to the twig, that maybe you still keep the yarn. That would make a lot more sense. But whatever, I guess it's fine. So yeah, let's use this yarn on the acorn. I've tied the yarn around the acorn, and now we can walk all the way back. I like the way the yarn just kinda does its thing right here. It looks quite okay. I mean, it looks better than you'd expect it to look. I'll just drop the yarn here. Okay. And there we go. I've pulled the acorn out of the hole. Good for you. Yeah, that was well done, me. Alright, so now we have all the ingredients already. This was pretty quick, actually. So let's go back to the old witch and put the ingredients in the cauldron. I actually kind of forgot which way we're supposed to do. I think it's this way. I hope. Yeah, it should be. And there's the... well, she's not there anymore, but whatever. Okay, actually, before we go talk to her, maybe we should check up on our kingdom again, because that's fun. How you doing? The king returns! The kingdom has seen better days. Fortifying the southern border has just begun, sire. They need more resources. Very well. Send some builders to speed up the construction. The coffers are filling, sire, but we're not out of the woods yet. Wow, by 6%, okay. There's still talk of an uproar among citizens. Into that, I guess. Very well, sire. Negotiations have begun. Still very early in the process. Put more pressure on the negotiations. All able-bodied citizens have been enlisted, sire, but their training will take a while. Very well. Increase rations to able soldiers. Very well, sire. That's it, my liege. There's nothing more to report. Okay. So we're not actually doing very well with our kingdom. I thought it didn't matter what you picked, but I guess it does. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go take our ingredients to the old lady. So you managed to find an ingredient. Good boy. Just put it in the cauldron to stew. I was about to. I've put the acorn into the cauldron. Alright, last time I have to say stay, man. Goodbye. I've put the into the cauldron. A gigantic... yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Okay, so the grave dirt as well. I've put the grave dirt into the cauldron. The dove egg. I've put the dove egg into the cauldron. And the limestone, burnt limestone. The contents of the cauldron seem to have turned into a slimy liquid. I like how every time you make a recipe or something, at the end Victor is like, oh, these things have turned into that and that, because that's how potions work and stuff like that. That's a good sign. Pour some into a flask. Excuse me. So you can take it with you. Don't drink it in confined spaces or places, or you might end up causing havoc. That doesn't sound very reassuring. Magic seldom is. Now go outside and give it a try. Alright, thank you. We will actually do that in the next episode, which might actually be the final one, or the penultimate one, I'm not sure yet. But whatever. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.